Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids. Now what can I say about Synology, apart from the fact that I am a really big fan of their products. I use Synology network attached storage devices for my business, use it to back up all of my video files, and I'm just so happy with the performance. Now recently Synology sort of updated a lot of the products in their range to include things like USB 3. I've got one of those products sitting off to the left of me here. This is the Synology DS413. It sports a dual core 1.067 GHz processor, and not one, not two, not three, but 4 bays in here. So you can fit up to 4 hard drives in here. Now if you were using something like a 4 terabyte 3.5-inch hard drive, that's up to 16 terabytes of capacity. So let's get this unboxed and I'll show you what we get inside. So, and I love the packaging on these. Actually, let me just give you a look around the box quickly. This is a heavy box. We have got DiskStation on there with some of the features, the box contents, which I'm going to show you. Same one here, and it does things like file server, web server, backup, surveillance. So many features on these products. And it's not just about the hardware actually, even though the hardware is great that you'll see in a short while, but it's also about the software that Synology have put together called Diskstation Manager. And it just gives you so many features and apps that you can install. You can even access all of these sort of files you put on here via an Android device or an iPad or an iPhone. Really great product. So let me stop waffling. Let's open this and see what we've got. So the first thing, we have got a power cable. Now I'm in the UK, so I get a 3-pin UK plug. If you're in another country, you're going to get a country specific plug. IEC connector this end, which goes into the power supply, which I'll show you in a short while. Then next one down, we have got another box of goodies in here. We have got, and I just must say that Synology just present their products amazingly. So easy to get into and get up and running. So in here we've got a little pack with a welcome guide. So we've got a quick start guide. Let me show you that. So this is a quick guide to your new device, and this is really as simple as it gets. This is how we set up the device, and it really is simple. 1, 2, 3, done. It really is easy with these. And then we've got some software here: setup utility, user guide, quick installation guide, and data replicator 3 on disk. A couple of packs of screws, so everything we need to sort of get everything installed into the unit. Also some warranty information. And then we've got a couple of other bits in here. We have got a power supply. Now this is a multi-voltage power supply, so if you're in another country you just need a different cable for your country. And then we've got the connector there that goes into the back of the Synology DiskStation. They also give you an Ethernet cable. Mine's still sealed because I've been using my existing Ethernet cables, but nice that they give you everything you're going to need to get up and running, so you don't have to go out and buy extra cables. Now I'm going to have to pop this down on the floor because to get the next section out is going to take some manoeuvring. Here we go. This is the DS413. Let me lift it out in the packaging. As you can see, it's beautifully packaged. So they always put them in this sort of foam packaging, and this is it. So we have got the device itself in my hand, a nice solid construction device. Really nice. Love these products. Now I'm going to give you a guide around the device. Now on the front we've got some LED lights here for disk activity and network connectivity, and then just underneath here we've got a USB socket, and then we've got the power on off button on the bottom here, Synology logo on the side, and then round the back we've got Ethernet, then we've got the connector for the power supply, then we have got eSATA just here, then we've got a little connection there. This is a Kensington lock, so what you can do with that is you can actually sort of tether this to a desk. And then we've got a couple of USB 3 sockets. Now this connects via Ethernet, it's a gigabit Ethernet socket to your network. The reason you've got USB sockets on here as well is perhaps you've got external hard drives that you need to transfer data across. Perhaps you've got a printer that you want to connect to this as well. You can use it as a print server. That is all possible with the DiskStation. Now also on the back you can see a couple of fans as well. You can hear these, but this isn't really designed to sit next to you on your desk. I mean, I've got a computer set up here. I wouldn't have a NAS sitting next to me. I'd put this in another room somewhere, or perhaps in a well ventilated sort of cupboard, and I would run it in there, so the fans wouldn't really bother me, but you can hear it when it's on. They're not very noisy, but you wouldn't really want it if you were working in a nice quiet environment, such as I am where I do my recording. I don't want fans coming through in the audio, so put this in another room. So now let's take this front cover off and we'll show you the sort of inner workings of the device. So we just pull this off, extremely easy to remove. It's just held on by rubber grommets in the four corners there. And then this allows you to gain access to those 4 hard drive bays. And you get these out just by pushing the tab at the top here and then pulling the bay out. And you just pull it out like so. And this is the 3.5-inch sort of sled, you could call it. You install your 3.5-inch drive with the screws provided onto this, and then to pop it back in, you just simply line it up, and if I can get this lined up properly, and then it clips back into place. Simple as that. Let me just show you another one. So we just take this one out, put your hard drive in, and then when you've installed it with these screws, you just line it back up and then locate it back in like so. Very, very simple. As I say, you've got 4 bays there. Now it accepts 3.5-inch serial ATA drives. There's no cables because when you push it back in, the actual connectors align with the circuit board on the back of this device and just locate, and you're plugged in and ready to go. Now, if you had 4 terabyte drives, you've got up to 16 terabytes of capacity, or you can set it up in various RAID configurations, and that gives you some data redundancy. And what I mean by data redundancy is that it sort of mirrors your data across to the other drives. So if one drive failed, for example, you would still have a duplicate of all of your files, and you could replace that drive that failed and then get up and running again really quickly. So that's what I do in my devices. I don't use the full capacity. I set it up as a RAID, so I've got some sort of peace of mind that my data's safe. You can also install 2.5-inch drives in here. You have to buy the adapters separately, but you could put 2.5-inch mobile drives in here, or you could put solid state drives. That said, in the Synology range, they do offer smaller NAS drives called DS Slims, and you can install 2.5-inch drives in those without any adapters, and they're a lot smaller and occupy a lot less space. Now this particular one, let me just pop that cover back on. This particular one here, the DS413, is really designed for sort of small, medium to large size offices. It's sort of got the performance there and the capacity to serve up a lot of files to a lot of different users. So if you're a home user, this is probably a little bit of an overkill. But if you've got a work group of maybe 3, 4, 6 people, something like that, or even more, something like this is really going to do a great job, because it allows you to store all of those files centrally, and then you can access those across multiple platforms and for multiple users. Really great device, and I just love this software as well. Diskstation Manager gives you a really nice front end for setting up users, installing apps, and increasing the sort of flexibility of something like the DS413. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please do check out the links underneath this video for the Synology website. Please do give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next one.